The movie starts in Isla Nublar, a little island 120 miles off the coast of Costa Rica. A large container is unloaded by a crew of construction workers and animal handlers. The monster inside is hidden. The monster tries to escape throughout the procedure, which causes a panic among the workers and results in one of them dying. We fast forward to a Dominican Republic amber mine, where we discover that the miners who are extracting the amber are associated with the genetic engineering firm known as InGen. According to Donald Gennaro, a representative for InGen, the death of the worker we previously saw has caused major concerns about the island's safety, and the island's owner is currently looking for top scientific authorities in the field to support the park. His team discovers a sizable chunk of amber with a preserved mosquito within while he is speaking with Juanito, the mine manager. We meet Dr. Alan Grant and his assistant Ellie Sattler as they progressively unearth the fossilized bones of a velociraptor, which may be nature's most ruthless and clever predator to date. A radiological instrument that fires a probe into the ground and then bounces an image of an exposed raptor skeleton back to a computer screen is used as part of Grant's research trials. Although Grant is wary of the new technology, he appears entranced by the image it generates without having to dig. He also subscribes to the long-held view among paleontologists that birds rather than reptiles were the primary ancestors of dinosaurs. A kid, who was brought along by one of his assistants, scowls at the image on the screen and is unimpressed by the fact that it resembles a large turkey. Grant explains to the kid about how velociraptors hunted their victims by coordinating swift strikes. When Grant explains that velociraptors frequently consume their victims while they are still alive, the child is terrified. A helicopter suddenly arrives, interrupting the dig site. Grant and Sattler soon discover that it's their main sponsor, the eccentric billionaire John Hammond. He extends an invitation to them to support his most recent endeavor, a secluded island resort where he boasts that their special biological attractions are sure to drive children out of their minds. Although Alan and Ellie are apprehensive about leaving their dig, Hammond persuades them by promising to pay for their work for an additional 3 years. The equally eccentric chaos theorist Dr. Ian Malcolm and the attorney Donald Gennaro, who represents Hammond's investors, are present with Grant and Sattler. After arriving by helicopter, the group travel by car through the island. They are soon treated to a rare spectacular sight of living, breathing dinosaurs. The group are left speechless by the sight of these enormous dinosaurs, including a towering Brachiosaurus and a herd of Parasaurolophus. Gennaro casually remarks that we're gonna make a fortune off this place. They are then given a quick tour of the procedure that produced the dinosaurs as they go to the island's main resort and command center. Simple DNA strands recovered from mosquitoes that consumed dinosaur blood and were fossilized in amber millions of years ago have allowed InGen to successfully clone dinosaurs. When the group is taken to the egg incubation chamber, Grant is shocked to see that they have also cloned and hatched newborn velociraptors. The velociraptor enclosure is a fortress of electrified walls and thick vegetation. Grant watches as the velociraptors are fed. A cow is lowered into the pit and immediately devoured. The park warden Muldoon expresses his concern with the velociraptors, citing that they are intelligent and dangerous. The gang gets ready to enjoy the theme park's main feature, which sends guests on customized electric Ford Explorers on a safari-style tour of the grounds. Lex and Tim, Hammond's 2 grandchildren, are with Grant, Sattler, Malcolm, and Gennaro. Hammond sits inside the main control room as the group leaves, where his 2 computer experts, Arnold and Nedry, oversee the intricate park infrastructure. The excursion is fairly uneventful because the fearsome carnivores Dilophosaurus and Tyrannosaurus rex won't show themselves to the eager tourists. They then encounter a sick Triceratops, which is attended to by the park vets, whom Sattler departs the party to assist. The tour must be shortened due to an impending tropical storm, and the majority of the staff departs by ship for the mainland. We then discover Nedry's true motivations. He was hired by InGen's competitor company, Biosyn, to steal dinosaur embryos. He disables the park's security systems in order to steal the embryos, but in the process, the electric cars used for the tour crash, the electrified gates go dark, and the dinosaurs escape their cages. While waiting for power to be restored, a T-Rex escapes its containment and destroys the tour cars. Malcolm suffers a serious injury while trying to help Grant save the children. Gennaro is devoured by the T-Rex, while Grant tries to escape with the terrified kids. During the storm, Nedry gets bewildered and lost while trying to get off the island to deliver the stolen embryos to his contact but runs across a venom-spitting Dilophosaurus. The injured Malcolm and the remnants of Gennaro are there when Sattler and park warden Muldoon arrive in a vehicle, but everyone else has vanished. The T-Rex makes a comeback and pursues the Jeep along the road, but they eventually manage to flee. After spending the night in a tree, Grant and the children awake to find a Brachiosaurus feeding nearby. Grant reassures Lex that Brachiosaurs are herbivores and that dinosaurs aren't monsters, they're just animals after she initially expresses fear of them. Arnold is compelled to take urgent action and reset the system because Malcolm is hurt and the park systems are still down. This action has the unforeseen consequence of releasing the dangerous velociraptors from their enclosure. When Arnold, Muldoon, and Sattler try to restore the power, the crafty monsters outsmart them and kill Arnold and Muldoon. The only person to narrowly escape death is Sattler. Grant and the kids finally return to the main resort complex after seeing a rush of the ostrich-like dinosaurs known as Gallimimus, only to discover it deserted. Grant departs, leaving the children in the main eating area as he looks for other survivors. While eating, the children notice a pair of raptors. The raptors corner Lex and Tim inside the main kitchen. The raptors prowl through the kitchen looking for them. Lex and Tim manage to lure one of the raptors into the freezer and secure it within, after which they escape the kitchen, leaving the other one behind. Grant, Sattler, and the children regroup in the control room with the intention of re-establishing power and communications in the park, but they are all trapped inside by the same raptor. The telephone connections and security systems are restarted just in time. However, the raptors succeed in entering the control room and pursue them across the entire building. The final two raptors eventually surround the group within the main atrium. When all hope seemed lost, the T-Rex charged in and started attacking the raptors, giving them time to flee. Behind a falling banner reading "When Dinosaurs Ruled the Earth," the T-Rex lets out a final triumphant roar as the group leave the island by helicopter.